Can you see this bolt here? This one? I built that. Look at the name on it. See? I built it with lollipop sticks. It took me 3 years, but I finished it last week. I call it Ferdinand de Lesseps because that's the ship we sailed in from Mombasa right up to UK. The ship was a Navy and Army carrying ship for the French force. And they converted it so that they could carry passengers. Now, we traveled in the 4th class. And the 4th class means we were sleeping on hammocks. And when the ship rocks, the hammock rocks. I was used to the sailing. But my youngest brother, who passed away, he was so seasick. And I didn't know how to help him. I used to take him on deck to get some fresh air. He couldn't eat anything. I couldn't eat anything. What they gave was chocolates for breakfast. Dark chocolate with dry bread. You know those old long French bread? Those bread. Half of it. No coffee, no tea. Never got any. We were in 4th class. What can we expect to get? And then we sailed for 28 days. From Mombasa, it sailed right up. It came from Mauritius, actually. All the way from Mauritius, it touched Dar es Salaam, picked up passengers. But those who can afford to sail in it with a better class, like the Mauritians all spoke French, and it was okay for them. But they were all Indians who had gone to Mauritius a long time ago, and they grew up there. They were coming to England to do nursing. All men, of course. And they could speak French, so they were getting nice food and all. But they were traveling in 3rd class, and some was in 2nd class. And that's how we traveled. It stopped in Djibouti, Suez, it crossed the Suez Canal. It was named after the man who constructed the Suez Canal, Ferdinand de Lesseps. You must have read about him in the history of world history or whatever. But he was a famous person, and that's why they named him after him. Anyway, Ferdinand de Lesseps was a very big ship. It doesn't belong to French now. It belonged to some other company. That I was told. But traveling in that for 28 days was a horrendous journey. All the time what we got was a lot of wine, red wine by barrels. And we drank that and fell asleep. It knocked us out. That was our journey. That Suez, from Suez to Port Said. Port Said, some people got down to go and see the pyramid. It was costing £150 each. And I didn't have that money. So we didn't go. I still haven't seen pyramid, never mind going at that time. By the way, I made that some coconut rice, and I struggled opening a tin of coconut milk. Because I'm getting old and my fingers are becoming very delicate. And it was a joke anyway. But somehow I put it on the grandpa, global grandpa. So it spread out, and I'm sure some of you who have seen my global grandpa would have realized that I was struggling. Don't forget, you must put some salt in it to taste, otherwise it'll taste horrible. If you've seen the making of coconut rice. And by the way, let's go back to the ship. From the ship, it reached, after long these days, we're tired out. I was a chubby person and I was like a skeleton when I reached Marscels. From Marscels, we took a fast train to Paris. And from Paris to Dunkirk, another train. When we reached Paris, we could get the smell of fish and chips. And oh gosh, we were so hungry and we wanted some food. Anyway, we managed to buy something and ate from Paris. And all these days and nights, we were not sleeping. We were tired as well. And from Dunkirk, we sailed to Dover. Dover was the immigration and all. Okay, we were British protected East African Asians. British citizen, I don't know, somehow it was like that. And then we sailed from Dover. I took the train to Victoria Station in London. We were bound to go for Notting Hill Gate. Now, I knew a friend, a Gujarati friend of mine. He was I still correspond with him now. Well, the thing was, he was not there at Victoria Station when we arrived. And I had no idea. This coming to England was an impulse. We didn't know anybody here. We had no, the money was scarce, and a little bit of money here and there I had collected with my own this thing. And my father had given me some money. Altogether, I had about £150 with me. And my savings altogether. But from that £150, we had to live until I find a job. And I have to get my brother educated. That was the idea why my father sent him with me. He was 16 and I was 26. Going to be 27, he was going to be 17. And I had this child with me. But he was all excited. I was all excited. So we didn't think what we are expecting tomorrow. We're thinking about today. And today we traveled. After reaching Victoria, We took a taxi. Those days, 1965, 66, I think. Can't remember. 66, I think it was. We took a taxi those days, and it cost us £5 to Notting Hill Gate. 2 big suitcases, both of us carrying. The handle of my suitcase was broken, so I carried it on my shoulders, and then my brother carried it for some time. After reaching Notting Hill Gate, there was nobody there, nobody to save us. We said, gosh, what are we going to do now? We had to know something out, where to move about and all. Then this guy, my friend, he comes. He was a Gujarati Brahmin and is married to an Italian girl. Now he's a Catholic. That's all part of life. But I still admire the way he came. And then that day after, when he opened the door, all apologies and all that, he opened the door and let us in. He had one room with a common bathroom and toilet and everything like that. It was on the ground floor, Notting Hill Gate. Now it must have changed a lot. But when we arrived there was nobody else but us. There was quite a lot of Asians there. I think they all came from Mombasa or Tanzania or wherever. I have no idea. But it was great. And from there, my journey started towards the north, seeking job. Day after day, no job. Some days I went hungry. And some days I had little bit because I had to save that money to get my brother into education and for our survival. And that's it for today. Bye for now. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to subscribe for me. I hope you do. Don't forget that boat I built was all with lollipop sticks. You can buy them sticks on its own and stuck them together. And to bend them, I used to use hot water, dip it in and bend it, doing this. Anyway, bye for now. Cheers.